All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another round of Coffee and Questions. What's today's topic? Let's talk about this polypropylene 16 by 30 inch Hallmaster service cart. Is it worth looking at and is it worth buying? I would tell you it depends. Somebody made the comment that Win, W-E-N, on Amazon, theirs is cheaper. Well, in a way, yeah, and in a way, no. Let me show you a picture and then we'll come back to this. Okay, folks, so this is the one WEN that we're talking about. Basically the same service cart. The guy's comment to me was, in the forum, hey, why do you bother talking about Harbor Freight when you can get this WEN this Win one at $86.45 and it ships prime? Well, I can tell you this, yeah, they are basically the same cart. So $86.45, but the other one is $99.99 with a 20% coupon. It's $79.95 or 99 cents. So, I don't think your point's valid. And the other thing is about the Win. I don't want to buy it, get it shipped here, run into a problem with it, or find that it has an issue, and then you have to ship it back, which most people are so dissatisfied they probably don't want to bother shipping it back. But for the price, yeah, I probably would. Then you have the waiting game before you get any replacement, or you got to call customer service, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to mess with it. It's easier for me just to buy it from Harbor Freight, and if I have a problem, I take it back. I have never had a problem returning something to Harbor Freight. And we, like I say in the videos, we all shop there. We like it. There are problems with things. That's what this discussion is about. So, no, I discount your comment. I mean, I'm sorry. I just don't agree with you. So let's go back and talk about the Harbor Freight one. Okay, so out at the club, we have one, or somebody out there did, and I looked it over, and at first I thought, look, this is an okay cart. I mean, it's $99. I figured, yeah, all right, and the coupon, why not? The biggest issue with these is, and we had this problem, okay, and there's part of this where in the discussion and in the comments, everybody complains that it's cracked. It has cracks in it, and sometimes the cracks are bad. And then therefore, they have to go through the trouble of returning it. And so the guy out at the club said, well, I took my truck out there, I took it apart, and I cut it open in the parking lot and looked over everything. It seemed to be okay, went ahead, brought it home and put it together. And somewhere along the line, he had gotten a pretty decent little crack somewhere in that bottom tray. So the thing is, yeah, you can take it back and argue with them, but why bother? We use like this 5-ton epoxy stuff, and it's worked fine since, okay, without any problem. But the first thing that you want to look at is look for cracking in this thing. I don't know if it's how they're shipped from overseas or what goes on, but that was a big issue in a lot of the negative comments. Yeah, I agree with you. There are no replacement parts for this. You'll have to figure out a way to put on different casters if you're that unhappy with it. But if you call customer service, they're just going to tell you there aren't any replacement parts. That's just the way that it is. They don't carry them. So the plastic does seem a little bit brittle. Yeah, I get it. Everybody complains of that, but it's a doable cart. Just realize you want to take a close look at everything. Do the wheels have bearings? No, there's no bearings in these wheels. You would have to swap out for other casters if that's what you want to do. How's the handle? Well, it's a two-piece, it's kind of a two-piece constructed thing, but, like I said, get yourself some 5-ton epoxy if you start having, issues on it being loose and whatever. Should you have to do that? No. Is it a modification, an easy fix? Yeah, it is. If I had to make a design change, what would I make? Well, I would make swivel casters on it. That would be nice. I mean, because it's kind of the way it is with these inline wheels or whatever. It's kind of awkward, to pull it around. It'd be nice if they were swivel, and if you want to change them out yourself and you want to go a better route, yeah, buy yourself some swivel casters out there and swap them out. What do I think overall? Well, we've got limited use on it, out at the club, but it's okay for what it is. Is it something I personally would have bought and selected? brought home and used? No. I'll show you what I would have bought instead, and I'll tell you why. Okay, bam, this is what I would have bought. $89.99 with that 20% off coupon. That drops it to about $72. And it's made out of metal. Is it made out of the thickest metal? No, but it's a lot more durable than that polypropylene cart. Now, go to my playlist. You'll see where I have gone through and I've done modifications on this cart, and they're not expensive modifications. If you have some basic tools at home, you can add to this and you can tweak this and make it your own. And I give you lots of different examples from pictures that we've collected out at the club, other modifications that people made. So this is more versatile. There's more things I can do with it in terms of modification than that polypropylene one. Also, don't forget, on the polypropylene one, the casters, the bolts, all these things are fitted into threaded polypropylene. These are steel, metal. Okay, you got nuts, bolts, and I mean, you got lock washers. I even have a drawer on this one. Well, what would I do right off of the bat was another question when I got this. I made a plywood kind of like bottom for both that top tray and the bottom tray. Now, you can use liners or whatever you want, but that's what I did. I got some scrap cut plywood from out at Lowe's or Home Depot. It was a cutoff piece. I got it cheap. It was enough to do both the top and the bottom. So even if you did it yourself, you could still do it that way. It's going to be outside or in the elements. Seal it real well. I didn't go overkill because it's just cheap, inexpensive plywood, but you can do that to answer your question. How would I do it? Well, pick something that you want to seal that plywood with. Make sure you seal all the ends and both surfaces, top and bottom. There you go. I didn't do that because I have it inside of a garage and everything I have is mobile. But if you're going to seal it and you're worried about it, make sure you seal the whole thing. What do I think of the paint quality? It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. I don't think it comes in a multitude of colors. Red may be the only thing that you're stuck with. You'd have to see, you know, what's available, but no, it's fine. The only issue when they got this out at the club, I was there, I was watching them. I didn't actually participate in the assembly. The holes, as you assemble those vertical pieces, the holes are kind of like a little on the larger side, which is okay, just a little bit. So you got some play there. I would tell you, put everything together, snug it up finger tight, use a small square, okay? Because everybody complained, oh, I put it together and it's angled. I put it together and it's tweaked like this. And you don't put the drawer in till last. So that's one thing the instructions were correct on that the guys at the club learned the hard way because they thought, you know, well, we don't need that. We don't need the instructions. We know what we're doing. And then they struggled like hell with the drawer until they looked at the instructions, and the instructions said, don't put the drawer in till last. So yes, don't put the drawer in till last. Do everything, you know, finger tight at first. Use a square. You will make this thing spot on. When we were done, this is a nice little cart. I give this thing 2 thumbs up for something. It's just a small service cart, you know, you want to pull around, and very easy to assemble. What did it take? What are the nuts and bolts? M6, M8. What did you have to use? Well, we had a 10 millimeter, 13 millimeter wrench, 3/8 inch socket, just like somebody else did in the video, and we had 15 millimeter and 13 millimeter sockets. And you will need a Phillips head screwdriver. Basic tools, but add to it the square. Get a small square. I mean, seriously, you won't be disappointed once this thing's together. So these are my thoughts on this. The polypropylene one versus this one, I would definitely go with the US General. It's a nice cart. If you disagree, drop it in the comment below. I mean, but like I said, I give this thing 2 thumbs up. I like it, and I like the fact I can actually modify and add to it because of the steel. Okay, I'm the Home Handyman. I hope you click subscribe. Keep following me. Drop me a comment if you disagree or you know something better, and take a look at the playlist for the cart videos that I did on how to modify them and all the different ways that you can do things with this. You folks have a great day. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.